Hi, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to bring through some channeled messages. I've been feeling really called to do this. If you're seeing this, then there are no coincidences and there's going to be something here for you. So we'll go ahead and get started and just see what comes through. So I'm seeing a huge field, and there are a lot of daisies, very green grass, and I'm feeling like a quickening in my solar plexus, like an intensity, and I'm really zooming in on a daisy, kind of all the details of the daisy. A yellow center and white petals. It's almost like there's a spring, as in the season, coming. I think that's why I'm feeling it in the solar plexus. The solar plexus is your will. Almost like flowers are growing from the seeds you planted. So whatever seeds you planted in the last season, or maybe even as recently as this last new moon, they're coming to fruition now. They're growing into the flower, they're blooming. And there's a resistance in the solar plexus as well. Let it melt away. So I'm hearing, let it melt away. There's a message from Pleiadian guide or guides. It seems to be a group. You are all allowing yourselves to be led too easily. Sovereignty, sovereignty, sovereignty. Don't simply follow, use your discernment. Stop for a moment and consider your sovereignty. And they're emphasizing to check in with your body. Check in with your body when you're making a decision. This message has been coming through a lot, actually. This message came through in a reading I did for someone just a few days ago. Check in with your body for decisions, for making decisions, and check in with your body when you're listening to a teacher, when you're listening to a lesson or guidance, and I mean human guidance. Yeah, check in with your body and really see how it feels. And if it feels off, then move on. And something to be emphasized here is it doesn't mean just because your body responds negatively to a teacher, it doesn't mean that that teacher is necessarily false. It doesn't mean that that teacher doesn't have value. It means that that teacher is not appropriate for your journey at this moment in time. So keep that in mind, because they're emphasizing that there's divisiveness that comes from this. It doesn't need to. So people feel that gut feeling, that discernment that the teacher isn't for them. And then they assume that that teacher has nothing for anyone else either. And that is not the case. Discernment is very individual. And again, sovereignty. What is powerful for one person, a teacher's words might be powerful for one person, but for another person, those words don't make any sense at this time and aren't appropriate. So don't become divisive after doing these gut checks and using your discernment, and really embracing your sovereignty. So they're showing me an ocean, and there's a dog running on the ocean. It's like an Irish setter or a more red golden retriever. I think an Irish setter, but that kind of look, and really happily just running up and down the ocean freely. And what's being indicated here is animals are so present. They're so present. They just live in the now. And I'm seeing this dog, he hurt himself. He stepped on something that hurt, and he yelped in pain. And then he licked his paw, and he shook his body, and just went on running up and down the beach. And he's in presence. He's living in the now moment. Whatever happened last week, a few days ago, that was painful or difficult, go ahead and shake it off, and literally shake it off. Shaking helps move energy through our body. So literally shake it off and find yourself in this moment, this now moment. And doing that body check, checking in with your body, that immediately brings you into the now. And now I'm seeing a spider. Okay, this is all about weaving your reality. Now is an important moment to weave your reality. I'm seeing 2022 in big giant letters. So this year, for so many people, especially people who have been on a spiritual journey and have been doing a lot of inner work, things are going to open up. What is fun for you is going to open right up. And honestly, this is just a side note for me, but making this video is fun for me. And that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, you can be the spider, and spider spirit is significant. Watch for the spider as a sign in your life for the next week or so. If you see a spider, pay attention to what you were doing, thinking, feeling at the moment that you saw that spider, because that's a way that your guides can communicate with you this week. Getting sort of a feeling like this. It's like there's an energetic opening. Your ego will resist it. Try to recognize when your ego is resisting something. This can look like trying to distract. There's a million ways we distract. Food, television, paying attention to someone else's life more than our own. That's for someone. That's specific for someone watching. Zone back in on yourself. Let go of that other person's choices in life. But try to know when try to recognize when your ego is distracting you and pulling you away from an energetic opening. Energetic opening, what I mean by that is an expansion of your energy, and it can feel uncomfortable because it is new, it's unknown. Just try to allow that to happen. If you feel your ego resisting, sit down and breathe. Just sit down and breathe. And remind yourself, I'm safe. I'm safe. Remind your ego, we're safe. This opening, this expansion is good for us. And I'm seeing the number 10. So 10 is both an ending and a beginning, right? It's an end of a journey, but then it turns into 1, which is a beginning. So there's a real rebirth energy here, a real energy of newness, of finding your way, of finding your path. Not that you're ever not on your path, you're always on your path. You want me to emphasize that. No, you're never on the wrong path, it's impossible. But finding your highest path, finding your destiny. Okay, I think that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go down, like, subscribe. I would love to hear if this resonated. Leave a comment, that would be amazing. And you can always connect with me in a lot of different ways. My podcast is called Coming Out of the Spiritual Closet. So you can go right to comingoutofthespiritualcloset.com to listen to that. I will link my Instagram below, as well as my website with my blog. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.